Today, on Be Something Wonderful, timeline jumping is real, but it's not what you think. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and these are the studios of Be Something Wonderful, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creatives, good morning and welcome back to the studios of Be Something Wonderful. One of you reached out and asked, is timeline jumping for real? I just want to jump to a timeline where I have all the love, money, and success that I have been imagining. How do I know I've jumped to that timeline? How do I do it? Well, we're going to talk about this idea today and more. And yes, timeline jumping, or the idea of jumping timelines, is real, but it's not what you think. Let's start here. There's only one moment in time, and it's now. Existence, or God, is. All that is. Where, here, when, now. There's only one consciousness, one awareness, I, that exists, am, here and now. There's only one energy, source, one emotion, love, and one thought, I am, absolute unconditional love. There's only one conscious and intelligent mind, being conscious and aware of itself, I am. Hear it again. There's only one conscious and intelligent mind, being aware and conscious of itself, I am. From infinite perspectives and viewpoints. You as the center. Ernest Holmes, in the classic book, The Science of Mind, which I have an original copy of that, said it beautifully. One awareness, one consciousness, one mind, one energy, one source, one love, one emotion, one thought, one feeling of love, seen or experienced from infinite perspectives or viewpoints or vantage points. You as the center of all of it. There you are, that one divine mind, the center, you and you as the center. Yes, you have time, space, and change, thoughts, feelings, and emotions, people, events, and things, infinite potential realities and timelines within that one. So time and timelines, in all manifested experience of thoughts, feelings, and emotions, time, space, and change, people, events, and things, all manifested experience, is a way for you, as the center of all that is, from this physical perspective that you occupy here and now, to know yourself as a timeless, changeless, infinite being, putting space, or in other words, time, between experience. Creating this idea of a horizontal linear experience in the now moment. Creating the idea right now of who you were and who you will be and who you are. Wow. Infinite ideas of timelines. But those timelines are manifested experiences of who and what you're conscious of being here and now. Wow. So let's continue. And so the experiences, or manifested experiences, of time and space and change, of thoughts and feelings and appearances, of people, events, and things, are manifestations of you knowing yourself as all that is, from a new and novel perspective. Any change is a total change. So you are a wholly new identity and version of you and your reality, in other words, timeline, in every moment. This frame, you now, create the idea of who you were and who you will be in this moment. You, that timeline, forms and coalesces around your assumed identity in every moment. You're creating a new timeline. You're jumping timelines or shifting or changing in every moment. So for it to make space-time sense to you and to create the full physical, continuous, solid, visceral experience, at the same time, you create the idea of who you were and who you will be, all now in every moment. Or in other words, a timeline. Wow. So jumping timelines is a manifested experience of your new identity and experience of ultimate reality as ultimate reality, as the center of the one divine mind, or all that is, not the other way around. Right? As this person was asking that question, they were asking it from the idea that if I move to that timeline, then I'll be the person that I desire to be. It exists there. No, it exists within you. That timeline forms and coalesces in every moment around who and what you're conscious and aware of being. It's a manifestation of your awareness, of your identity, of your assumptions and concept of yourself, not the other way around. So you don't jump timelines and become someone different or a different version of you. Rather, you are a different version of you in every moment. And therefore, you're jumping timelines in every now moment. You manifest the timeline that makes space-time sense to who you're defining yourself to be now. Wow, that's big. Time and timelines are an illusion. In other words, they're not what they seem. They are not real in terms of reality, but hear this, they are real manifested experiences. If you're real, the experience of jumping a timeline is real. They're real experiences within you as consciousness, as awareness, as all that is. You're the only one ultimate reality. Everything else is an experience of yourself as that one ultimate reality. So if you, I am awareness, are real, then your experiences of the infinite thoughts, feelings, appearances, others, time, and timelines is real. But only you are reality. They don't exist apart from your experience of them. They are not source of anything. You are. So the answer to the question of how do I jump to the timeline where I have the specific person, the money, the success, the wealth, the health, all the love I can desire and imagine. How do I know I've jumped? Well, that timeline doesn't exist apart from your identity in who and what you are conscious of being here and now. So the answer is be that which you desire to be, and the timeline will form, coalesce, and manifest around your assumption of who you are right now. Wow. That's powerful. It's about you assuming, imagining, and affirming that you are that person that you desire to be here and now. In every moment, you are doing that anyway. You're always shifting. You're always in an entirely new version of you in reality. But when you intentionally and deliberately choose who you are, who you're going to be, who and what you're conscious of being, then you deliberately and intentionally jump timelines. In other words, the timeline forms or manifests around this new identity that you declare and assume and announce yourself to be. Wow. Timeline jumping is real, but it's not what you think. I am your host, Tom Kearin. And these are the studios of Be Something Wonderful, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you for being with us. Be sure to visit the Tom Kearin YouTube channel. Big videos being released and dropped there. Another big one we're going to drop in just a bit. So visit us there. That's at the Tom Kearin. Last name is Kearin, in case you don't know by now. So stay tuned, a lot more content coming. Next week, we're returning to Europe for a few more weeks, and we're going to do a lot of videos and content from there, and we still have a few more days here in our studios in Las Vegas. Until next time, with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude, this is Tom Kearin here in the studios of Be Something Wonderful. See you soon.